What if the current immigration situation in the USA is not as black and white as it seems? In the grand tapestry of American society, immigration threads its complex patterns, weaving narratives of hope, struggle, and resilience. It's a topic that elicits a spectrum of perceptions and opinions, a testament to its multifaceted nature. Immigration policies, often a cornerstone of political agendas, shape the lives of millions. They dictate the fate of immigrants yearning for a slice of the American dream, and they affect citizens whose lives are interwoven with those of their new neighbors. However, immigration is not a static concept. It evolves with the times, influenced by the global landscape and the leaders who steer the ship of state. Over the past few decades, 3 different captains have navigated the immigration waters, their policies leaving indelible marks on the map of American society. So, let's delve into the immigration policies of the last 3 presidents and see how they have shaped the current situation. First, we explore the reign of President Donald Trump, a period marked by stringent immigration policies and controversy. The Trump administration was known for its hardline stance on immigration, a perspective that was reflected in a number of policies that were implemented during his tenure. One of the most contentious was the barring of asylum seekers. This policy, rooted in a belief that the asylum system was being abused, resulted in many would-be immigrants being turned away at the border, even if they were fleeing violence or persecution in their home countries. Equally controversial was the implementation of a zero-tolerance policy for illegal border crossings. This policy led to the separation of families at the border, with adults being prosecuted and children being placed in government custody. The images and stories of children being separated from their parents sparked outrage and condemnation both at home and abroad. Then there was the so-called Muslim travel ban, which barred citizens of several predominantly Muslim countries from entering the United States. This policy was criticized for being discriminatory and for being a potential violation of the Constitution's guarantee of religious freedom. The impact of these policies was significant. They undoubtedly reduced the number of people able to immigrate to the United States, but they also resulted in a great deal of suffering and hardship. Human rights groups argue that these policies exacerbated human rights issues, particularly regarding the border, Muslims, and LGBTQ rights. As we can see, Trump's tenure was characterized by restrictive policies that caused a significant stir both nationally and internationally. Moving back in time, we visit the Obama administration, a period of both reform and deportation. The Obama era, spanning from 2009 to 2017, was marked by a twofold approach to immigration. On one hand, there were efforts towards progressive change, most notably through the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA. This policy was enacted in 2012 and sought to protect eligible immigrant youth who came to the United States when they were children from deportation. DACA was a beacon of hope for many, providing opportunities for work authorization and educational advancement. It represented a significant stride towards a more inclusive approach to immigration, acknowledging the intricate realities of those who arrived in the United States as children and grew up calling it home. On the other hand, the Obama administration was also characterized by a high number of deportations. Despite the progressive undertones of policies like DACA, the reality was that more than 2 million people were deported during Obama's presidency, earning him the moniker "Deporter-in-Chief" by some critics. This aspect of his administration's approach showcased a continued commitment to stringent immigration enforcement. Moreover, the Obama administration also made efforts towards comprehensive immigration reform. In 2013, the Senate passed a bill that would have provided a path to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants. However, this bill was never passed in the House of Representatives, leaving a lasting impact on the trajectory of immigration policy in the United States. Thus, the Obama era presented a mixed bag of progressive initiatives and stringent enforcement. It offered glimmers of hope and inclusivity through programs like DACA, yet also upheld a strong stance on immigration control, leading to a high number of deportations. It was a time of both promise and paradox, shaping the landscape of immigration policy in ways that continue to reverberate today. Fast forward to the present day, we are witnessing President Joe Biden's take on immigration. Biden's presidency ushered in a wave of policy reversals, many of which directly address the measures implemented by his predecessor, Donald Trump. A significant part of this effort was the undoing of policies that were seen as particularly stringent or controversial, such as the so-called Muslim travel ban and the policy of separating families at the border. But where Biden differs most from Trump is in his approach to asylum seekers. Under his administration, the United States has recommitted to its obligations under international law, promising to provide a safe haven for those fleeing persecution and violence. However, this change in policy has not been without its critics. Some argue that his administration has been slow to act, leaving thousands of asylum seekers stranded in Mexico under the Migrant Protection Protocols, also known as the Remain in Mexico policy. This shift in approach has also been met with criticism regarding Biden's handling of the border crisis. His detractors argue that the administration is failing to adequately address the influx of migrants at the southern border, a crisis that is seen as impacting not just border states, but the entire country. The challenges are complex and multifaceted, involving not just immigration policy, but also issues of human rights, economic opportunity, and even climate change. Despite these criticisms, Biden's approach represents a notable shift in tone from the previous administration. His policies aim to strike a balance between upholding the law and ensuring the humane treatment of migrants. Yet, as we've seen, these efforts have not been without controversy. The persistent challenges surrounding immigration policy continue to make it a hot topic of debate in the United States. Biden's approach signals a shift in tone, but challenges persist, making the immigration issue a hot topic of debate. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mort. It's here we delve into the nitty-gritty of our world, exploring topics that matter, from the intricacies of immigration policies to the secrets of sustainability. This is a space where we learn, question, and engage with the world around us. On Explore Mort's World, we don't shy away from the tough stuff. We embrace it. We break down complex issues into digestible chunks, making it easier for you to understand. We're not just about presenting facts, we're about starting conversations, sparking ideas, and inspiring action. If you're curious about the world and eager to know more, you're in the right place. Don't just watch, engage, leave a comment, start a discussion, ask a question. Most importantly, hit that like button and subscribe. Your engagement fuels this exploration, and your subscription takes this journey further. With every thumbs up, you're not just supporting the channel, you're amplifying the conversation. So don't be shy. Dive in, engage, and let's explore this world together. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so I can share many more of Explore Mort's World with you. The immigration issue in the U.S. is indeed a conundrum, shaped by the policies of different administrations. Delving into this complex issue, we've explored the contrasting approaches of the last three presidents. We began with the Trump administration, marked by its stringent policies and controversies such as the Muslim travel ban and family separations at the border. The administration's handling of human rights was notably different from traditional U.S. foreign policy approaches, casting a long shadow on the immigration issue. Next, we moved to the Obama administration, a mixed bag of actions. While there were efforts to provide a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, there were also a significant number of deportations, earning Obama the moniker Deporter-in-Chief. Currently, under the Biden administration, there seems to be a shift towards more humane policies. However, the crisis at the border and the heat-related deaths of migrants suggest that significant challenges remain. The sentiment among many citizens is that the government is failing to effectively address the issue. The influx of undocumented immigrants and the strain on resources have created a sense of crisis, not only in border states but also in states far from the border. Some reports even suggest that the situation has led some undocumented immigrants to leave the U.S. and return home. It's a stark reminder of the real-life consequences of these policies. As we continue to explore this issue, it's clear that the story of U.S. immigration is far from over.